Hello Sim fans, Racing 393. Today's video is in rFactor 1 and we're going to be in a Mazda 787B. It's a car that competed in the IMSA GTP and what was then FISA Endurance Championship, which is now the World Endurance Championship. I made reference to this car whilst I was driving it as a twin turbo. It's actually normally aspirated and it's a Wankel engine, so loads of revs, loads of reliability. Maybe not the most powerful car in its class on the day, still 900 bhp, which is still hefty enough, but up against the likes of Porsche and Mercedes and Ferrari, it was no match for its sort of one lap wonder speed. But over the course of 24 hours in the long distance endurance racing, its reliability shone through. A bit like most Japanese cars of today. Their reliability is sort of their selling point. We're going to go around Spa. It's about 1987 version of Spa. As I said, it's an rFactor 1, so there is a lot of changes in the track over the years, but more so perhaps, let's be fair, rFactor 1 to rFactor 2 and any other sort of game of today's sim that's got that track in, it has somewhat changed. It's not, by no stretch it's anywhere near the scanned versions. As you can see, I did find some of the corners a bit misleading from what muscle memory and what I can remember from other games. And then we got to step back the clock. You know, when was rFactor 1 made? I don't know, I can't remember. 2000 or something, wasn't it? Even maybe 2001. Can't exactly remember. But anyway, I'm going to leave you to watch this now. The car sounds great. The graphics are very good, considering its age. But at the end of the day, it is rFactor. You can tell the similarities between this and rFactor 2. So I hope you enjoy the laps, or the couple of laps that I do. And so without further ado, talking of do's, I shall leave you in peace and see you on the next video. Enjoy.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning even, sim fans. Racing 393. I'm going to do a video, again in my usual stance, turning back the clock, because things are always better, it seems, back in the day. And as you can first see, we're here in 1988 Spa-Francorchamps, which has got the old traditional bus stop chicane rather than the chicane that they currently have. Apart from that, the track's pretty much unchanged, so it shouldn't be. It's only the end, really. Runoff areas have probably changed over the years, but essentially it's the same layout. And the car we're going to be using is another historic favourite of mine, a Mazda 787B, which is from the old Group C era, with the rotary engine, twin turbo. It's like a fire-breathing beast. And we're going to do an outlap, or maybe a couple of outlaps, as it were, and then a quali lap, and then a little bit of a chat afterwards. Hopefully I'll do a little bit of research on the blurbage before, so I can tell you a little bit about, well, I would have told you a little bit about the car. Using my Fanatec gear, my direct drive DD1, which works on PS4, Xbox and PC. I've got 2 button boxes, and although I'm not using it today, a dashboard which is running out of a Amazon Fire pad. Fanatec H pattern and Fanatec load cell pedals. So we'll be using the clutch and rev matching to change gear, or going down anyway, to the best I can. So I'm going to load the circuit now.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 26 Celsius.
So as you can hear, we've got the proverbial crew chief running in the background. I'm just going to make sure. What I tend to do here is to just give myself. I don't intend to do more than 12 laps, and usually I try to put these on softs or softer compound tyres. I don't change anything else, I don't feel the need to. So I'm just going to adjust the rear mirror. We're also running Sim Hub with the butt kicker too.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 28 Celsius.
A kick butter. I think that's probably a better word actually. Right, so I've got this set for FOV as realistic as I can. It might there we go. So from where I'm sat, this looks pretty much as I would expect it to in a car like this. Yeah, it says rFactor 2. You can see the graphics are generally not as defined as what the new rFactor is. No, did I say rFactor 2? I'm sorry, I meant this is the original rFactor. So, as I said, the graphics are not quite as crisp. They're still pretty good though. I mean, you'll see as the car goes round, this is a very good rendition. There's a track pack, a 1988 F1 track pack that I downloaded, and I'm pretty impressed. I will show you a little bit of the replay afterwards as well, and we can see how we go from there. Interesting.
Track temperature's rising. It's now 30 Celsius.
Interestingly, it looks like that E on the dashboard is upside down, but or is it am I upside down? The only HUD I run is the tyre temperature HUD. Right. Still got to use the clutch to get out. So almost stalled it. I don't know if the LCD dash is working. I think I've got HUD off, I think. I'm just going to check that. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. That's the mirrors. Maybe not. I know I've got HUD off, I think, in the options. I'm not so sure that the dashboard did work before. I'm pretty sure it did. I've got the revs. So anyway.
Sector 1 is yellow. Sector 1 is clear.
So I think we are on the original pit lane.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
So you can see that even from here, the sort of the graphics of the track do look quite impressive.
Green flag, sector 1.
As we open the taps. It's also using a plug-in which is Feel Real for the force feedback, and I've had to turn it down because it rips your hands off, I'm telling, and it does feel, well, as far as I can see and feel, quite real. But I am going to just up my force feedback a bit on the wheel. There we go. So I've got the butt kicker kicking me up the butt over those bumps.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 32 Celsius.
Back in the day, these must have been absolutely frightening as hell. Right. Completely changed the profile here. The track. And there. Woohoo. Just not used to this layout, I'll be honest. I don't know if Eau Rouge will be flat. Trying to get used to the brakes. It's all a learning curve. I've never been round here before on this sim. Probably get round there flat if I was brave enough. We'll probably do a couple of laps. Really got to stamp on that brake pedal. Almost hurt my foot. Trying to slow it down. No.
Okay, Dean, we need to watch these track limits.
Understeered then. I tell you what, heel and toe is an absolute pleasure and a beast at the same time. Doesn't seem quite as open on the back part here, so the old bus stop. It's always tighter there than I remember. Loads of power. So So we're back. I went off, as you probably guessed. So I'll give after this lap, another lap. So the car is very, very responsive. A nice revving rotary engine. I think I've got the brake pedal that's too real, I think, actually, at the moment. because it feels like I've got to like stamp on the pedal to get this thing stopped. See if we can get some lap time now. Much sharper into here than I realised, so a bit slower that time. Onto Eau Rouge. Got round the hairpin that time. Bit more speed through there then. Down the Camel Straight.
Your tyre temperatures are good.
That's good to know. Get the left foot braking. Almost too fast. What with the old butt kicker giving me a old hoofer? It is, well, it's certainly the immersion levels are 10. Right, let's see what we can get out now on the back end of the circuit. Not that much.
We need to watch these track limits.
Well, too fast.
Alright, just that was a 218.6. What's your quickest today?
Right, there we go. Whew. So,
Yellow flag.
let's go and have a look at the replay. So here we are, finally. Takes a bit getting used to. You can see that the car actually looks like it's going a lot quicker than I realise. You can see the driver moving around in there quite, you know, animated. And it looks like I'm on momentarily there, slick tyres. But the graphics, you know, of like the actual scenery look, for the considering how old this game is, yeah. It does sound rather awesome, this car. The track has definitely changed over the years. As we sort of follow this car around for my sort of hot-ish lap, if you like. I mean, we're not really here to spot imperfections with the game or anything, but just to enjoy something which was probably rather a lot better than we realise. These Mazda 787B cars were obsessively loud and fast. And being Japanese, very, very reliable. With that rotary engine, it just revs up until it blows up, basically, until the pistons come out of the top. But it's a very enjoyable sim, this particular car and this track. Back in the day, these cars would have been racing around the old F1 circuits, and even now I know the track very well, and this isn't a laser scanned version obviously, but the certain corners have changed over the years, especially this back end of the circuit. I mean, that's pretty much flat nowadays. Into the bus stop, which you always tend to forget how sharp it is. I think that is on wet tyres by the looks of it, but it wasn't in the options.